Welcome everyone. This is a training that is designed for officers who are handling CRU functions. So basically an officer who is handling a CRU function has to handle inward as well as outward. Inward means the day-to-day communication that is coming to office through email or through physical form. Outward means whatever communication that is going out of office that has to be dispatched through post. So let's see. I will play the role of a CRU officer. Let's see what are the various functions that a CRU officer has to perform and how it is mapped to e-office. So first of all, I am logging into e-office platform with the credentials. So I am a CRU officer here. So I'll log in using the credentials of GOV ID of the CRU officer, that is me. So I have logged in through the VPN. Now I am going to log into the e-office. I'm going to the training instance for demonstration purpose. That is instance 3. So I have now logged into the file management system of e-office. Now, as a CRE officer, I'll be receiving, there will be two cases of IC. One that I received through the email, that is a common mail designated in the trade notice as commission rate mail. Another inward would be the inward that is coming physically. That is the day-to-day letters that our office is receiving. Now the CRE officer will have to inward the day-to-day letters that are received physically as well as the day-to-day communications that are received in email that is designated as the single point of contact of the commissionerate. So let's first see, let's imagine that I have received a tapal. The CRE officer has a tapal in his hand that is addressed to the assistant commissioner of the division. So the CRE officer has scanned and kept it in his desktop in the prescribed format, in the prescribed resolution that is set in the scanner that is in front of him. Now that particular letter that has come to assistant commissioner is scanned and the soft copy is kept in the desktop of the CRE officer in the CRU section. Now let's see what CRE officer will do. What will he have to do? He has to go to this browse and diarise. He will have to click on this upload file. He will have to find out the letter from the desktop. So this is a letter that he received, letter received from GPCL. So this is a letter that is received in Tapal section that is addressed to Assistant Commissioner of the Division. I am the Tapal officer of South Division 6. So what I have to do, I have to first scan the letter and keep it in the CRU section desktop. Now I'll have to click on browse and diarise. Then I'll have to see to whom it is addressed to. Okay, then I'll have to generate a receipt and I'll have to send it to the particular person. Now what is the delivery mode? It has come by post. So I'll have to put the delivery mode here. What is the correspondence type? It is a letter. There are other correspondence types also. It can be a circular, it can be a DO letter, it can be a DCN, it can be an interim reply. All that is there. Generally, it will be a letter that is coming. So I am selecting here letter. And if you are not able to identify the type of the letter, you can also select others here. So I am selecting letter here. And what is the diary date? It will not be changed. It will be today's date. So this is one peculiarity. Diary date you cannot change when you are diarizing a communication. You can change the received date. Suppose it was received yesterday, you can put yesterday's date, but you are diarizing today, so the diary date you cannot change. Now there are various kinds of VIPs that are available in eOffice that will allow the communication to be marked as a VIP communication. It will be easier for your superiors to identify that the communication has come from an important source. But generally in our divisions, the communications might not come from any of these VIPs. So we are not discussing it there here, but you can always put, if a communication is coming from a VIP who is prescribed in this list, you can always put that VIP's position, VIP's designation here, and then you can also choose his name. So I'm not doing that now. Now this communication has come from where? Gujarat Power Corporation Limited. So it does not belong to any ministry. So what I have to do, I have to click on this others. And in department also I'll have to select others. Okay. And what is the name of the sender? GPCL. What is the designation? So you can either put the authorized signatories name also here, or you can put the organization from which this communication has come, that name also here. So what is the designation? I'm just putting authorized signatory. Organization is GPCL. What is the address? Block number 8, 6th floor, Udyog Bhavan, Sector 11, Gandhinagar. Country is India. State is Gujarat. And what is the email? So email is not mentioned here, but I am assuming let's take the email is this Gmail that is there in the letter. So I am putting that email here so that to that particular email an acknowledgement will go that so and so letter is received in our organization from you, and this is the diary number. We will be taking care of your letter. So that is the acknowledgement that is going. That is an automated acknowledgement. I'll show you the format of the acknowledgement, but that is not important for us. What is important is we'll have to put in the name of the organization, the address from where it has come, all that here, along with the email ID. Then I'll have to put what is the category of communication. If you are not able to identify the category of communication, you can always put general, and subcategory is not mandatory. What is the subject? Non-filing of GSTR 3B returns. See here, the subject is non-filing of GSTR 3B returns. So that I am putting here a subject. What is the enclosure? Suppose one pen drive has also come from this company along with the letter. Those are some documents in soft copy, but pen drive I cannot diarize it. So what I am doing is I am putting in the enclosures as pen drive, and I am clicking on generate and send. On clicking on generate and send, what will appear before me? This particular box will appear before me. In that, I'll have to mention to whom I am going to send it. So I am going to send it to the Assistant Commissioner of South Division 6, to whom the letter was marked. So I will have to send it to him. So I am putting in the name of the Assistant Commissioner of South Division 6. That comes here. So this particular tapal that is diarized will go to him. Now whom I am putting a CC? CC was also marked to the range officer of the letter. Suppose that particular letter, a CC was marked also to the range officer. So I'll put the range officer's name also here, because a CC was marked to the range officer of the letter in the letter itself. So if you have received two different letters, what you can do is one mark to the superintendent, one mark to the assistant commissioner. You can diarize both separately and send it to one to assistant commissioner and another to superintendent. But here I am assuming that the second copy is not received in this office yet. So for demonstration purpose, I am assuming that the CC, the copy has to be marked to the range officer. So I am putting the range officer's name here. So I have put the range officer's name here. I am not going to put any due date, but I can always put a due date. But as a CRU officer, I may not be able to always find out or always ascertain the due date of that particular letter that has come. So what I will do, I will not put a due date here. What is the action for? It is just forwarding. You can see there are other kinds of actions also, but I am going to just forward it. And what is the priority? Priority I may not be able to correctly ascertain, so I am not putting the priority here. What is the remarks? The remarks is letter received. Now I am going to send it. So what I have done, whatever tapal that has come, I have scanned and kept it in my desktop. I have diarized it and I am sending it to, after diarizing it, I am sending that receipt to the person to whom the letter was marked. So receipt is nothing but e-office version of whatever tapal you have received, and sending a receipt is nothing but forwarding the tapal that you have received to the person to whom it is marked to. So I am clicking on send. So it will appear in the send items. It will appear in the send items. The first, this is the unique number 2670/2020. CGST division is D6. So this is the unique number of the receipt. Where will you have to put this unique number? You will have to put it on the hard copy that is received by you, the hard copy of the letter that has come in post. You will have to put that receipt number over that hard copy 2670/2020, and that particular hard copy of the letter has to be kept in an IC file which stores all the tapal hard copies that are received. So after scanning, what you have to do in that hard copy, after generating a receipt, the receipt number that is generated by e-office has to be put on that hard copy tapal. That is 2670/2020 has to be entered, has to be written on the letter from GPCL hard copy, and that particular hard copy has to be kept in the IC file. Okay, what is the second one? This is a CC. So when to whomever you had marked CC to the range officer, that CC will come as 2670/1. So the main copy will be 2670 and the CC copy will be 2670/1. So what is the receipt number? Receipt number is 2670. Okay, this is just a copy. So the unique number is 2670/2020. On that, action is supposed to be initiated. Okay, so this number, receipt number that is generated by the system has to be entered into the physical letter, has to be entered written on top of the physical letter, and that physical letter should be kept in an IC file. So all tapal that you receive, the same process should be repeated for all tapals that you receive, and the tapal should be chronologically arranged, and it has to be kept in the IC file. Okay, so that later also if somebody, some range officer or AC requests for the hard copy of the letter, you can take it out from the IC file which is chronologically arranged and then give it to them. Okay, so that it will be easier. Now suppose it was a letter that was marked to division 2, but by mistake you had sent it to AC SD6. It had to be sent to Assistant Commissioner SD2, but by mistake you had sent it to Assistant Commissioner SD6. What will you do? You will have to click on this icon here, that is pullback. So what is the case here? It had to be sent to Assistant Commissioner Division 2, but by mistake you had sent it to Assistant Commissioner Division 6. So you will have to click on this pullback here, pull it back, telling that it was mistakenly sent. Okay, so that receipt is pulled back. Where will it come? It will come back in my inbox. Sorry, it will come back in the So here what has happened is I have done from my login only. So it has, I have actually seen this receipt. Because of that I could not pull it back, even though I had selected pullback option here as a tapal person. It was marked to me only, so I could not pull it back. But generally this is a process. What is pullback? When it is sent wrongly to another person and it had to be sent to I mean, if you have to pull it back and send it to the correct source, you have to click on this pullback icon here. You have to tell that the letter is pulled back as it was wrongly sent, and then I'll have to pull back. So click on this icon that is there on the right side. Then what you will have to do, you will have to enter the details why you are pulling it back, because there is always an electronic trail. After entering the details of why you are pulling it back, enter there, and then the letter will automatically be pulled back from the inbox of the person to whom you have sent, provided he has not seen it. So here initially when I showed what has happened, it was from my account only, the action was appearing in my account only. So because of that I was not able to pull back the letter. Okay, I was not able to pull back the letter. But now because it was, now it is easy for easily demonstrable, because it was in somebody else's account. So what I have done, I have pulled back from the send, I have pulled back that receipt that was sent to whom? Mr. N. Prakash Bhai, who was the range officer, and the pulled back receipt will come here in my inbox. It will come in my inbox. Now what I'll have to do, I'll have to select it and I'll have to send it to the correct person. Okay, so what I'll have to do, I'll have to pull back from send items from the person to whom I have wrongly sent, and I have to send it to the correct person. Maybe it was supposed to be sent to ACSD1, I am sending it there, telling for necessary action. So in short, this is what a CRE officer does. He will diarize in case of physical receipts, whatever physical receipts comes, he will scan and keep it in his desktop. Then he will upload it, he will browse for that particular receipt, he will diarize it and he will send it to the person to whom it is marked to. And if it is wrongly sent, he will pull it back, it will come in his inbox, and then he will send it again to the correct person to whom it is addressed to. Okay, that is regarding invert. Now suppose two letters have come together, addressed to the same person, addressed to ACSD6 only. Now the Tapal person wanted to send it together to ACSD6 after diarization. How he will do? So you will have to click on this browse and diarize. Now these two letters that has come, he want to send it together to ACSD6 rather than sending us two different processes. Both the letters that has come, he has scanned and kept it in his desktop. So which are the two letters? So he will have to diarize these two letters one by one. First letters, maybe it is this one, or I'll put so I'll have to select two letters. So I am basically trying to select. So I'll select two documents. Okay. Assume it to be two letters. Okay, this may be the first letter that is addressed to Assistant Commissioner South Division 6. This may be the first letter. So I am diarizing it. It has come by post. Okay, diary date will remain the same. Received date I am putting the same date. This has not come from any ministry. This has not come from any department. Okay, what is the name? Act Enterprise. Designation, it has come from authorized signatory. What is the organization? Act Enterprise. Address, Queens Road. Okay. And now what is the category? It is general, and subject is bill. Are there any enclosures? Nothing. So instead of clicking on generate and send, I'll just click on generate. So previously I clicked on generate and send. Now what is the purpose? I said what I am going to do. There are two letters that has come addressing to Assistant Commissioner South Division 6. So I want to send these two letters together to ACSD6 rather than doing it as separate process, but I'll have to mandatorily diarize it separately. So the first letter that was scanned I am taking, I am diarizing it. I have clicked on generate instead of generate and send. Previously I have clicked on generate and send. So one receipt is created for the first letter. Okay. Now let's create a receipt for the second letter. Now I'll have to upload here the second letter. Okay, second letter, it is addressed to Assistant Commissioner Division 6, the second letter. Now it has not come from any ministry, it has not come from any department. Who has sent it? GPCL. I am putting authorized signatory. I am putting here address Gujarat, suppose. General, subcategory also, it's not mandatory. Now I am again clicking on generate instead of generate and send. Subject I am putting it as revocation. Okay. So now what I have done, I have not clicked on generate and send. I have diarized two receipts. Both the cases I have clicked on generate. Now once I click on generate, where will I be able to see? I'll be able to see under this created. You can see under receipts in this created. Okay. So when I click on this created, I'll be able to see both the receipts. So one was the bill that has been received from ACT that I diarized. Second was the revocation letter that I received that I had diarized. Now I'll select both. What I'm going to do, I'll have to send it together to AC. So how can I do it? I have to select both. I'll click on this send. Then I'll select AC's name. So if you receive say 100 letters a day, keep on clicking generate, 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 creating those receipts, then select all at once. If all are to be sent to the same person, select all at once and click on this send. Okay, it has to be sent to Assistant Commissioner Division 6. So I am putting it here for necessary action. So that is sent. Now if you check your send items, you can see both letters 2671 and 2672 dispatched to Padmaraj CGST Division 6 AC. Okay, so what the Tapal person has done, he diarized both initially and then he went to this created, found whatever has been diarized, selected both and send it to the same person. Okay, this is how to send multiple receipts to one person without doing it one by one. You can send all the receipts that are diarized together to one person. Now what is the second way in which a Tapal person will receive an IC? It is through email. Okay, so it is through email. So there will be a designated mail for the Tapal person. Okay, so whatever mail is coming in that designated generic mail, he will have to continuously check and he will have to forward it to his personal mail. The Tapal dealing assistant will have to forward it to his personal mail, whatever mail that is coming to the single point contact of the commissionerate. Now he will have to, after forwarding that mail that has come to the single point contact mail of the commissionerate, what he has to do, he will have to diarize it. So how to diarize an email? That single point mail ID, from that mail ID he will first send it to his mail. Now he will have to go back, he will have to click on this e-office. Okay, instance 3. He will have to click on this NIC mail. He will have to enter his GOV ID credentials. Okay, this will take him to the inbox. Now suppose this is one mail that he has sent from the single point contact mail of the commissionerate to his mail for diarization. Okay, so I'll go inside that mail. This is what I want as a receipt in e-office. This is something that I want to take it to e-office. Okay, so this is the mail from Shobhanadri and Co. It has many attachments. So I am clicking on move to e-file. So you will have to click on that mail, go inside, go down this move to e-file. Okay, you will have to click on this move to e-file. Once he clicks on that move to e-file, let's see where it will go. So what I have done, I have come inside mail, I have logged in with my credentials, I have entered into that mail, just clicked on move to e-file. Okay, where it will go, I'll have to come back to e-office, I'll have to go to email diarization. Okay, in email diarization I am able to see the mail. So what was the mail? The mail had come from Shobhanadri and Co. to South Division 6 addressing ACSD6. Now that mail is there in my email diarization after doing move to e-file. Now what I have to do, this email is also an invert. It is a Tapal that I have to forward it to Assistant Commissioner of South Division 6. So what I'll do, I'll create a receipt. So for any Tapal to be sent to AC, it has to be a receipt in e-office with a unique number. Okay. So here there is mail body, that was the letter that I will have to diarize it. The other attachments also I'll have to diarise it. So I'll have to select. So if there is some attachment that is not required to be diarised, you need not select it. Otherwise you will have to select all the attachments. Okay. Now I can preview it here. Let's see how it will look like if I diarise it. I'm not able to see, but anyways you will be able to see it in diary. But my only point here is this preview is not working. So if the preview is working, you will be able to see what is the order in which it is attached. Now if I want to take it up, this attachment I want it as 4th, not as 5th. I can just select that attachment. I can control here with the arrows to make it up down. Okay, suppose mail body I had by mistake attached 2nd. Now I want to attach it as the first. When I open that receipt, I want to see the mail body. What will I do? I'll control with this arrows. I'll click on this arrow and the mail body will come on the top. Now what I will do, I'll have to diarise it. So remember what I said, any tapal, if we have to send it to another person, how it is converted to e-office, the tapal, be it by mail, be it by post, it has to be converted to a receipt after diarising it. So what I'll do here, I'll have to click on diary. Okay, I clicked on diary. See here, so how this will look like. So this is the receipt. So all the attachments are diarized. I said the mail body I had brought it to the front, the mail body is there, and all the attachments with the mail are there in this PDF. Now I'll have to diarise it by making a receipt number. So I'll have to select the delivery mode as email, okay, because it came by email. Department others, ministry others, it has come from Shobhanadri and Co. Designation partner, address is Jayanagar. Okay, mail from which it has come is auto populated. You can change it, because generally when you do it from a generic mail ID, that mail ID will come here. You will have to feed in the actual mail ID from which the mail has come. Okay, and enclosures are not required because the entire enclosures are diarized here. So we are not putting any enclosures. I am putting it as general, and subcategory is not mandatory. So I am clicking on generate and send. To whom I have to send. It is addressed to AC South Division 6. So I'll have to send it to AC SD 6. I am clicking on generate and send. I'll have to put AC South Division 6 name here. I'll have to put a remarks for necessary action, and then I'll have to click on send. Okay, so this is just like your normal Tapal diarization after the point you move it to e-file. So now you can see the unique number 2673 of my email diarized receipt, the thing that has come from Shobhanadri and Co. Now that mail I have moved to e-file, I have diarized it, and a unique number is generated for that receipt. So this is the whole inward process that a CRE officer will have to take care. I have shown how a physical copy is scanned into the desktop and it is diarized and sent, how multiple receipts are sent, and how a tapal that has come to email is forwarded to the personal mail ID of the CRE officer. Then it is diarized and it is sent to the AC. So this is the inward process of tapal. I'll get back with the dispatch, that is the outward process of tapal. in a short while. Thank you.